If I just do it like super low rider style, I can get away with it. So today we're just got a couple of odds and ends to finish up on the Datsun. I think I came up with a game plan of what we're gonna do up here for patching this. It's gonna be really simple, really easy. I don't know if we're gonna get to that today, but we'll see. And then there's a couple other things that we need to do with this car, like address this, address some patches. Most of the bodywork stuff is on my shorts and on my Instagram if you want to go check that out. But we also need to get this out, and hopefully, cross your fingers, I can put this, which is the driver's seat out of the 350Z, in there for the time being. So it'll just be a little mock setup until I feel like spending some more money on some Sparcos, because I love those Sparco seats, but man, they are not exactly cheap. So especially to get two of them, looking at a pretty penny. Anyway, let's just hop in and do some work. Yep. So before I hear about it, yes, there are zip ties holding it straight. I've got to finish out the rest of the exhaust and possibly put another hanger somewhere along the lines going that way, possibly off the trans mount, just to give it some balance. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, it's in there, and now we have more welding to do, which is this big old hole right here. There's some spots we need to cut out that I don't really feel like replacing, to be completely honest. Again, not going to be a show car. For now, we're just going to do what we can, but we've got two dog legs this side and one on the other side, and we're going to get those installed today because I'm tired of looking at this gaping hole. And I know before you put it down in the comments, hey, those zip ties are going to melt. They might, but it's not like this car sees a lot of time on the road quite yet, so I have a little time to make it up. But it's really tucked under the car. Looks really good. Nice. Not going to hit anything mostly. That's what I was worried about. So these here are our dog legs. So as you can see, we just kind of fit it up there. Zip bam boom. I guess I did this a long time ago. I primed the inside, did some weld through primer so I can drill holes and weld it all on there. So I guess I didn't do that one yet. And I guess I have some new inner tie rods. That's kind of nice. Don't have to buy those. What is this? It's always a good surprise when you have like new hardware. Just gotta find out what it's for. If I remember right, I think it's for the fenders, which is super nice because they're almost done. Yes, we're gonna address this rusty mess in a little while. I've mostly been putting it off for this, and for my sanity. So anyway, back to the dog legs. So good news and bad news. The good news is that I finished one whole side. And the plan was to do one side and then make sure everything's good to go, learn from my mistakes, and then show me doing the other side. Except that took forever. It took me like 2 hours. But it looks really good. It's really smooth. I mean, you saw the hole before. No Bondo or anything yet, but I primed it because I didn't want any rust to start forming. All of this in here is eventually going to get cleaned up. It's got to get re-welded, seam sealed, and flap disced and all that stuff. And then this seam here, that's eventually going to get welded, flapped, and molded onto the body because I think that's how it came from factory. I can't really remember. But I know it wasn't just a line, so we'll do that here in a little while. But if you look here, it is nice and flush. A little too flush, but that's from the door being out of alignment, as you can kind of tell. Anyway, I'm really tired and I don't really want to do the other side right now. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take our OMP out. See how that one fits in there. See what kind of bracketry we need to come up with. And hopefully be able to close this door. That way we can fully do that dog leg either later on today or tomorrow or whatever. So I got that. I've got cowls to do. I've got the rest of the body to strip down. There's a lot. So anyway, we're going to take that out. Now we can see if this one's going to fit. Maybe. Yep, like a charm. Bolt it down. Well, it fits. It's tight, but it fits. Great. fits, awesome. Door closes with it in. Is one problem, however. These are way too close together to fit the bracket on that. Got a couple ideas of what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, decently strong, but it's not gonna be, you know, 3/16, anything super thick. Not too worried about that, because we're not doing full rips in this car. This is not the final seat going in this car. It's just a placeholder, so maybe we can drive around, go to car shows, things like that. And not to mention, we still have a lot of the interior to do before any of that. So, and a sunroof cover, and a lot of electrical stuff, because the rat's nest has to go away. I'm not driving around with that. It's embarrassing. So, bracket time. Okay, that was an ordeal. I had to pull out the 12-volt power supply so that I could move the seat up and back and forward and whatnot. And I haven't attached the front yet, but I just did one little plate in the back and it worked out great. Definitely don't want to get in a wreck with just those 2 bolts and just a little plate coming off the bottom. But again, this isn't permanent. I'll probably make some front mounts here later, but I'm mostly excited to see if it fits, if everything fits in there. So we've got our power supply in here. I'm gonna leave it in there, make some adjustments while I'm in there, and we'll see how it goes. Been really bad at filming today, but we have a seat that fits in the Datsun, which is kind of cool. It kind of looks good in there, so don't tell it I said that because it's super uncomfortable. Well, it's not going to work because it moves like this, because nothing's attached to the front, so there's one issue. The other issue is I don't know if you can tell, my head is sticking out of the roof, but that can kind of be adjusted this way. My head's still sticking out of the roof. If I just do it like super low rider style, I can get away with it, maybe. And the feet are very close to the pedals. I'm leaning back the whole way here, just so I can fit my head in here. Well, that sucks. Now there is one more thing that we can do on the actual chair itself. The brackets kind of plateau and then come straight up. And I measured that, it's about 2.5 inches. So that should give me the clearance, but I didn't really want to cut up this seat to fit in the car. Just kind of wanted it to work, you know? But I don't know what other seat I can put in there because I don't have anything else. So that kind of sucks. I know a racing seat will sit low enough, and this seat is not super comfortable, but I'm sure it's comfortable for smaller people, but it doesn't fit me real well. Anyway, got to contemplate over that, but on one positive note, it does close. Hold on. There we go. Aha! Closed.